So folks, like a Diet Coke knockoff, here it is, the review of Duke Nukem Time to Kill for the PlayStation 1. Well, it's not actually one of my favorite Duke Nukem games. It really doesn't do too bad. About my only major gripe with it would be, perhaps, that the controls need a little bit of work and polish. Other than that, it's a pretty good game. It actually brings back some memories of having rented it at a local, I'm trying to think, at one of the local grocers, but other than that, it's nice to have, if only to kill time for a little while, because that's basically what Duke Nukem Time to Kill is. It's a good little time killer. It's something you will enjoy playing. It's something that doesn't take itself too seriously and takes liberties with poking fun at topics such as Tomb Raider in a very humorous way. If you use the right payphones, it really has a good sense of humor to it. The controls, I mentioned, just need a little bit of spit, shine, and polish, but they're still pretty good. In an era of Syphon filters in Tomb Raider trilogies, it was nice to have this as just a little bit of a joke game. It was nice to have something to play that didn't take itself too seriously, that really didn't try to be that next level game. While I was lucky to have found it and going through thrifting, it really is, to me, severely dated, as you can tell just playing. You can tell I glitched through a wall right there, and it's primitive, which was what systems back then were capable of. I'll admit it. Games were very, very primitive back then. They really didn't have much to see, like, say, what we have nowadays with the new Tomb Raider. And In Space had released its fair share of shovelware. Titles which were so terrible that you prayed they were vaporware. When you played part 2, when you look at how they handled the Die Hard franchise, that was just plain, to me, it was apathetic. But at least with Duke Nukem, they actually tried to deliver something that fans would enjoy. They tried to deliver something that we would actually like. And as you can tell, yes, the controls are a little bit glitchy. You have to put your gun away to perform actions, which can be a major hassle at times. But otherwise, not so bad of a game. Although, as I said before, I like the fact that it takes liberties and pokes fun at the Tomb Raider franchise and at itself, even if it means just a little bit of humor into what could be described as an otherwise bland shooter. Duke Nukem Time to Kill really didn't push the PlayStation so much as it just pushed itself on its own sales records. And while that is not a bad thing, the bland activity, the enemy artificial intelligence left something to be desired. And the humorous little anecdotes and everything else, Duke asking for Jack and Coke, yeah, that pretty much was what Duke Nukem is all about. It retained its sense of humor. It didn't transition so well to the full 3D world and layout that was the first-person shooter version, Duke Nukem 3D, which made the major transition, the best transition, I feel. In this one, it feels like it was held back a little bit. Maybe unnecessarily held back by the hardware, but it was also held back by the fact that 3D Realms and End Space just seemed lost at this point. It seemed like a cash-in. And as much as I love Duke Nukem, the series, it just... too many pixels, too many bad renders here and there. I did enjoy the game, but I can't help but say you should purchase it, but for a reasonable price, $2 or $3, because otherwise you're getting pretty much mugged. Rant, rave, love, hate, click that subscribe button, folks. I hope to see more of you. Have a good one.